Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the Forever World podcast. I am your host, Forever World, alongside my good friend and co-host, Daniel Santos, aka Shentai. Shentai, tell these people what's up.
What's up?
Oh boy. So I guess I'll start off this week of what I've been watching, because it hasn't been too much. I've been pretty busy with a bunch of stuff this week, but I took one of your recommendations. I'm still working on, I gotta get started on the Tatami Galaxy, but I did check out the first episode of Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What did you think, man? Tell me.
So I gotta be honest, right? I laughed out loud at least 3 or 4 times. So that's I'm gonna start off with some of the stuff I like and then some of the stuff that I disliked. I laughed out loud, which I love that shit. I love when an anime can legitimately like make me laugh, especially when I'm by myself laughing. Like, even though probably people next door think I'm like weird as shit, like, why is he hysterically laughing by himself? But
fuck him, who cares?
Yeah, like there was a lot of funny shit in that first episode. It felt like it was one of those, I forgot what they're called, but like, is it like 2-panel comic or some shit like that? Because it felt like maybe it was 3 or 4 shorts combined to create that first episode. It was like the characters in this setting and something happening, characters in that setting. And in case anybody don't know, Kaguya-sama Love is War, we talked about it in the last episode of the podcast. Shintai was recommending it, and basically it's like a romance comedy where 2 characters, it's an interesting romance comedy. It's a little bit different. They both know that each other, they both know that they like each other, but they're having like basically war as to who is going to confess first. So like it's real like deep mind games essentially, and like it gets really complex. It's like 2 Aizens, 2 Sosuke Aizens from Bleach basically battling to see who's gonna profess their love first, and it's very interesting. And
that's why I compared it to Death Note, because it's kind of like Light and L are doing battle, except it's about who's gonna smooch first.
Yeah. and I think that the character, is it Chika?
Chika.
Yeah, she is very important, because if not, then it wouldn't have these accidental humorous moments. And I think that her role, from what I saw in the first episode anyway, is very pivotal, because like
because like otherwise the other 2 characters, it would be too heady. And she kind of grounds the show, and she also adds a bit of randomness to it. So like, she fucks up their plans, and I think that's like perfect.
Yeah, and I also loved how Kaguya was like getting ready to like throw her away as a friend over what is he? Is he the class president? Who's the class president there?
Yeah, he's the president.
Yeah, like she was like really about to go ham because of like, it was like over a lunch or something. Like she was sharing lunch with him when she wanted him to share the lunch with her. It was like really funny stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like as a whole, I enjoyed it. Like, that's one of the things I want to put forward. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. It felt a little different. I had laughs, all of that shit. Now here's where the negativity comes in.
Okay.
As somebody that's been in a lot of relationships for a long while, and just being a little bit older now, one of the things that was just driving me through the wall was, fam, just fucking tell her that you like her. And I get it that totally defeats the premise of the show, but that's something that I guess as I've gotten older, that I'm just like, I'm screaming in my head, fam, just tell her that you want to fucking pound them cheeks. Just tell her, like, yo, grab her, put your fucking lips on her lips, and call it a day. So that's something that was just like driving me through the roof. And again, it's not against the show, it's more so my own personal thing, I guess, that I'm just like,
yeah, like if it was a more serious romance, I would be totally with you. But I think because it's a comedy, at least for me, I can definitely forgive it, because that's where a lot of the comedy comes from. So for me, it's a non-issue, because I feel like that's what adds to the humor of the show. But if this was like a real ass romance and they want you to take it seriously and they still do that shit, then I totally would be, yeah, of course, it's annoying and stupid and get out of my face.
Yeah, so maybe I guess I just need to kind of dismiss that and look at it for what it is, because that's really the only thing that bothered me about the show so far. It's just basically like, if it was me, especially knowing, like, because one of the things why a lot of people don't confess love and shit like that is because you're scared of rejection and shit like that. But if you know that shorty is also down and y'all just playing these mind games, fam, just grab her up and handle your business, you know, and call it a day. So that was really the only thing about the show that so far I was kind of like, but
well, to their credit, I'd say it's a little bit more to it than that, because for Kaguya, she's also like high class, right? Like she's the daughter of, you know, like people that are like high figures in society.
Yeah.
So for her to confess to him, he's like low class. He's actually pretty poor. The reason he's in that school is because he's that good at studying. He worked hard. Like, she got to that school because she's naturally talented and smart, obviously, but she also got into school because of, you know, her social status. He got into school through hard fucking work.
Rock Lee.
And for Rock Lee. So for her to confess to him, it's like an issue of like the social status. And for him, it's like a point of pride of like, you know, he wants her to confess to him, because like that for him would also be like another win for, like, you know, I worked that fucking hard that I got her to confess to me. Like, okay. That's the mentality.
Then I think she needs to bend the knee, because like, okay, whatever social status, blah blah blah, but like well, no, I guess I see it from both perspectives. Yeah, in that regard, like, it's, well, yo, you're gonna go for a commoner, you're gonna confess your love to a commoner, and then on his side is like, yo, I need this W right now, fam. Like, she need to come over here and lick the no. Yeah, I get it. There's just the part of me that I place myself in the position and how I would handle it. And again, especially knowing like, yo, this hot chick, she got bread, all this shit. Like, what am I doing, Pa? Get over here, come on. So that's really,
yeah.
But
the thing is though, I don't think that they know that the other likes each other like that. I think they're actually still confused about it. That's another thing. So I don't think like Kaguya knows for sure that the president's like into her, because she's like, you'll see as the show goes on, she's also like really insecure. So, you know, she has her own issues. Yo,
it would totally go down the School Days route if he just said, all right, you know what, I'm sick of this fucking game. Yo, Chica, come over here, let's go in this broom closet real quick. Oh shit, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be all for it though. That'd be fucking entertaining as a motherfucker.
dude, I think you just like Chica.
Yeah, I do.
And to be fair, Chica's fucking great. Like, I fucking love her character. She is so good.
Yeah, she's like really, like, I like that trio so far, and it's great too that they focused in on like, okay, like, I hate when you bombard me with like, here's 20 characters and like you care about all of them. Like, no, like, give me these, okay, 3 characters, very very, like, you know, they're in just like, what is it, the main office or some shit like that. Like, I like that dynamic as well. Like, so far, again, and moving forward as I'm watching it, I'm probably gonna try to remove how I would react to the situation from watching it and just kind of enjoy it for what it is, because again, I did have some laughs, and you know, it's hard for series in general to make me laugh like that out loud. So
I was gonna say you said the show made you laugh multiple times. I was gonna ask, when was the last fucking time an anime made you do that?
Oh shit. Yeah, no, anime, like, you know, there's some shows that they could definitely hit the gut, but it's a tough one. So yeah, I rock with it, and it is fun. It's a fun show so far.
Yeah, I think as long as you go into it and you like, for me, it's my feel good show. Like when I'm down, or I just want to pick me up, that's the show I go to. I'm like, I want something to make me feel good, and I think Kaguya is like fucking perfect.
Yeah, that sounds like a show that definitely, like, hey, I need a laugh, or yeah, no, I'm gonna continue with it though. I definitely ain't stopping it. And aside from Kaguya, the only other thing really that I checked out this week was, which I made a whole video about it, so I'm not gonna focus too much, but The God of High School, and I'll just say 3 words: art, animation, fights. I guess I'll add a 4th one.
Okay.
Go. Yeah, but so Shintoy, tell me, what have you been watching this week in anime?
Okay, so I've only seen one anime. I wanted to see more, but I've also been hard at work on some videos. But I did manage to squeeze in an anime. Have you ever heard of Magnetic Rose?
Is that the sequel to Saikon no Quasar?
No. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's an anime about sucking titties for superpowers. Oh god, nobody, please, anybody watching this video, do not look up Saikon no Quasar. It's terrible, okay? Oh, carry on, please.
I don't know how after that shit. How am I gonna... Okay, motherfucker. God damn it. Shit.
Saikon no Quasar.
Fuck. Okay, so there's a, I guess it's an OVA trilogy or something like that, called Memories.
Okay.
It's created by Katsuhiro Otomo, who is the director of Akira.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to be, so it has 3 different stories in it. One of them is Magnetic Rose. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't even bother watching the other 2. And that's not because Magnetic Rose was bad. It's because Magnetic Rose was so fucking masterpiece level 10 out of 10 amazing that there was no fucking way the other 2 would even come close.
Wow. So wait, so what is it? Magnetic Rose is the, like, okay, so hold on. Backtrack a little bit because I'm a little bit lost. So what's the name of the whole collection?
Memories.
Memories. I feel like I've heard of that before. It's not EF, A Tale of Memories, right?
No, nothing to do with that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a collection of these 3, I guess you can call them short films, because Magnetic Rose is like 40 minutes.
Okay.
And I think the only thing connecting the 3 of them is they share the theme of memories.
Okay.
That's like a consistent thing with them. Now, the reason I wanted to watch Magnetic Rose wasn't actually because of Otomo, even though he's a fucking amazing director, obviously, but it was the writer that made me go, hold on a second, I need to check this out.
Who's the writer?
So not only was this directed by Otomo, the director of fucking Akira, it was also written by Satoshi Kon.
Woo! Oh man, dude, I'll never forget when they introduced him to Bleach. That shit was like
What? What? What?
Kon, man.
What?
Kon.
No! It's the wrong cone! No. So, god damn you. So, I've got here piece of shit. So Satoshi Kon is a writer and director. So his movies are some of my favorite anime movies of all time. Some of my favorite movies, period. Not, whatever. Perfect fucking Blue.
I've heard great things about it.
Millennium Actress.
I've heard great things about that one. I think I own that one. Yeah.
Tokyo Godfathers.
I own that one as well.
So Satoshi Kon wrote and directed all those movies, all three of them. He also did Paprika, which is my least favorite, but it's also still good. He didn't write that one though. But these three he wrote and directed, and they're my favorite fucking movies, you know, in all of anime.
Well, shit, you take
yeah.
Satoshi Kon, and then you take the director of Akira, Otomo. That is a fucking deadly combination. So I could see immediately why you would praise. What was it from Memories? Which one was it from Memories?
Magnetic Rose.
I could see why you would praise it, because it was the two legendary directors, or not directors. Shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're both directors.
Well, okay, there you go. Two legendary creators.
So I'm not gonna go into too much detail because it's short. It's like 40 minutes. So after you finish this podcast, I recommend everyone, you know, you don't have to watch the whole thing of Memories. Just watch Magnetic Rose because it's that fucking good. But just to give a quick summary, not to spoil anything. So it's a sci-fi anime for one, and it shows some guys in a spaceship, and you know, it looks like their job is to like find junk, you know, in the galaxy or whatever. You know, they're kind of like space garbage men, if you want to look at it that way. And they find scrap and they sell it. They hear an SOS, they find an SOS signal, and they're like, oh, let's go check this out. And then they find this ship that is literally a giant fucking rose. And then they're like, what the fuck? They go inside. Weird shit starts happening. And that's all I'm going to say. Weird, spooky shit starts happening.
And what is the genre of this short film?
I'd say it's horror / thriller, but it's not like there's no jump scares. Like, it's more like horror elements rather than like more leaning towards like tense rather than actually like boo.
Like a Tokyo Ghoul, where they classify, but it's not. It's just more like intense and gritty and shit like that.
Yes. That's perfect. That's more what it is. It's not. This isn't Junji Ito. You're not going to have. You're not going to have nightmares. You know, this isn't like if me saying it's horror is scaring you. Don't be scared.
What, they collect the junk and just leave it on the ship with them? Oh shit.
But yeah, don't be scared. Like it's not gonna make you shit your pants. It's fine. But like it's more tense than anything else. And this is actually my third time watching it because it's that fucking good. I was kind of thinking like maybe I could do a video on it. So I wanted to rewatch it. Still not sure what type of video I could do about it because it's so short. I would just be spoiling it. So I'm still debating because I want people to watch it. But if I spoil it, you know, fuck it, what's the point? So I'm still like kind of debating, like, what should I do? So
I gotta go dig through my collection. I have Memories. I you know, it's crazy and disrespectful as hell that I remember I bought Memories, Millennium Actress, hold on, what else? Metropolis, all of these like classic legendary films for like $1 from like a dollar bin, like I don't know, maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, those are great movies. Like Millennium Actress. Oh my god, what a fucking amazing movie. Like, it's just about a fucking old woman talking about her life. And like, it sounds like so like whatever, but like it's so emotional and it's so engaging. Like, you know, every time, like I've seen Millennium Actress like twice, and like both times it fucking blew me away. But
yeah.
But yeah, Magnetic Rose, give it a watch. It's like 40 minutes, and it's 10 out of 10. Like, I don't throw around 10 out of 10 lightly.
No, he doesn't. He's very, very freaking critical with shit. So for him to do that, it's a high recommendation. That's why I'm digging through my collection a little bit later tonight, and I'm gonna give this one a watch.
It's incredible. It's like, it's short, but it doesn't waste a fucking second, and it looks gorgeous, and it's just perfect.
And that's insane. For 40 minutes, it manages to do like a lot.
It does, and that's why I'm having a hard time thinking up like a video, because like I don't want to say too much in the video, and then like, oh well, I fucking spoiled the whole thing, and then like, yeah. But anyways, going from like a polished masterpiece to a sloppy Joe, I guess. I just got a game today. I haven't even put it in yet, but this is a game I've been looking forward to a lot, called Deadly Premonition 2.
What is that for?
Have you ever heard of? It's for a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay. It sounds familiar, but I've never played it. What is it about?
Okay, so I haven't even played the second one yet, but I loved the first game, and that's why I've been excited for it. But here's the thing. If you're really into video games, I might be able to recommend you to play it. If you're not, watch a Let's Play instead. I don't recommend actually playing it, because the best way to describe Deadly Premonition, it's like what B movies are for, like, you know, for movie enthusiasts, right?
So it's like Pokemon Snap.
How is it like Pokemon Snap?
I don't fucking know.
You keep fucking throwing curveballs at me, and I'm just like trying to.
How is it like Pokemon Snap? You sounded offended right now.
I ain't got nothing against Pokemon Snap. I just don't know what the fuck that has to do. I don't see how that has fuck to do with shit.
Oh shit. Well, I can tell you from what you're telling me right there, like, even though I have like a massive amounts of video games, and ideally I should play video games way more, I don't play video games as much nowadays. So it might be one of those things where I should, at the very least, because I'm not a big Let's Play watcher, probably take a peek at some gameplay and see if I'd be interested. For somebody like myself, that's what I would do, because again, I don't really watch Let's Plays like that, and I don't game that often. But if it's a great game, then it might be worth looking into.
Here's the thing. Deadly Premonition 1 runs like shit. The frame rate is terrible. It's glitchy, you know, like, it's, and the gameplay is not that great either. So you might be wondering, like, well, why the fuck do you like it so much? It's because the story and characters are fucking insane.
Then they should have made an anime of it. And that's my final stance. No.
I mean, well, you know, it's funny you say that, because Deadly Premonition 2 has cel-shaded graphics. So, it doesn't look straight up like an anime, but it does have a more, like, cartoony look to it. So,
like Growlancer.
Yeah. Well, Growlancer had 2D sprites, so that no, not at all like Growlancer.
Oh shit, in case you guys can't tell, Shinkai really knows his video games. Like, this is the video game guru right here.
So, yeah, Deadly Premonition 2. I have been looking forward to this for so long, because I didn't even think we'd get this fucking game, because like I said, the first game is like a B movie type of thing, where like, how like for most people B movies are like, what the fuck is this trash?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, bad special effects, bad acting, nothing makes any sense. What is this shit? But for people that are like really into movies, they're you know, they look at these movies differently, because they're like, it's so fucking weird and crazy, and it sparks their imagination. They love it because it's made with passion and creativity and all this shit. That's how I feel about Deadly Premonition, where like, yeah, technically speaking, it's a fucking mess, but like, I love how creative and weird it is. Like, the writing in it is both amazingly good and amazingly terrible. Like, there's some shit that happened towards the end of the game where, like, it was almost back to back, where I was like, oh my god, what is this trash? And then right afterwards, I was like, holy shit, this is genius! How the fuck did he do a plot twist like this? What? Fucking crazy.
That kind of sums up some of my experience with Fairy Tail. No, oh god, Fairy Tail fans, don't kill me! Ah, don't kill me, don't kill me!
Shots fired! Shots fired! Brah, brah, brah. Damn!
Oh shit! Fairy Tail fans are gonna hate me forever. Well, they already do. I went in on that, but yeah.
Hey, Fairy Tail fans, I've never even watched it, so you know, don't send any hate mail towards me. I ain't do shit.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying.
So what? It's a first-person shooter.
Third person. It's get this. It's actually closer to like Grand Theft Auto in the sense because you have like a big open world where you can explore and you drive around in a car.
Yeah.
But you also have segments where you like it's a third person shooter and you like you shoot like these weird zombie things.
But
yeah, it's a weird game.
Do the zombies look like a Pikachu with breasts?
That is an amazing segue.
Right?
Go ham, King.
Oh shit, yo. So
to clarify, they don't, but continue.
Oh shit. So one of the first things I thought would be hilarious to jump into was there's an article.
Actually, maybe the final boss.
Well then. Oh shit. Okay, so there's an article that is very, very weird regarding what Pikachu was going to initially look like for the American audience. I'm going to read a little bit of it. So it says, America's first idea for Pikachu were a little strange. Not gonna lie, I don't think America's youth would have been as into it. Before they reached their now classic designs, many monsters in the first generation of Pokemon went through some aesthetic changes. Before it started to look more like a traditional Chinese dragon, Gyarados resembled a particularly angry grubworm. Scyther looks a little dinosaurish now, but its original artwork dispense of much of its more insectoid elements and went full on Velociraptor. Okay, yeah. Now I'm starting to butcher these words. I want to get to the thing that I found freaking hilarious. Okay, it says, according to an interview with Ishihara on the official Nintendo website, and I believe he's the company CEO of the Pokemon Company, the first time we showed off some Pokemon in the US, we were told they were too cute. The staff in America submitted their ideas for replacement designs, but we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff they were proposing. Get this, people. They turned Pikachu into something like a tiger with huge breasts. It looked like a character from the musical Cats. When I asked, how is this supposed to be Pikachu? They said, well, look, there's its tail right there. Seriously, that was the kind of stuff being proposed. So basically, if it was up to the American ideas, Pikachu would have been a tiger with breasts. Reaction time.
Oh my god. Yo. I gotta say, they made the right decision to not go with the boobs. Because Pikachu's like the most popular fucking Pokemon. People in America fucking love how cute Pikachu is. So making Pikachu sexy would not have worked. Who are they trying to market this game towards? Fucking furries?
That's literally what jumps out to, but like, even were furries even a thing back then in like 98, 97?
I mean, probably, but like super underground. Like I don't think most people knew about them.
Yeah, they were like a hidden society.
They were hidden in their fur dens.
Yeah. Yo, what the fuck is wrong with, like, yo, see, that's some of the stupid shit of, like, you know, I guess translating and bringing shit over from different countries that thankfully a lot of that shit I don't think affects us anymore. Like, I think we've moved past a lot of the dumb shit. Like, even like, you know, with Dragon Ball Z, when they would change the music, like a lot of that shit, they don't do any of that anymore. Like at most, when an anime is really popular, like Dragon Ball Super, for example, they might give an alternative for you know, TV broadcast of like an English singers singing the opening. But aside from that, like they don't do stupid shit like this anymore, and thank goodness, because Pikachu with breasts, like, get the fuck out of here. What the hell is that shit? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, what were they thinking? Like, again, were they trying to market it towards furries? Like,
that would have been terrible. Like me putting on, like, I don't even know, was I like 10? I was probably like 9 or 10 years old. Like 10-year-old me putting on my Game Boy and putting in Pokemon Yellow for the first time and just seeing this fucking tiger with breasts.
yeah.
Oh
like,
shit!
And these are games for kids too. Like, what,
yo,
why?
How horny was the dude that came up with that design? Oh, imagine being the Japanese dude that has to like read these ideas and suggestions, and imagine his reaction when he first fucking read that shit. Like, this Pikachu desu ne.
He's like adjusting his glasses. Yeah. And he's like getting closer to the screen. He's like, Nani? Nani kudasai?
And then you just have one random fuck in the background. Sugoi!
Yeah!
And then they gotta punch him real quick to shut him up.
Yeah, there's always that one guy. He's like, oh, sugoi!
Sugoi! Sugoi desu ne! Darega! Chotto!
Chotto matte kudasai! I bet that motherfucker still has it saved on his hard drive.
Just a fucking tiger with huge breasts, bro. I gotta find the tiger with huge breasts for the thumbnail. Oh shit, yo, I'm sorry. Like, whoever, I hope they're not working in this business anymore, cause, bro, what the fuck? Like, how do you come up with some shit like that?
You know, it always astounds me how shit like that happens. Like how people that have no business being in the business are in the business.
Like, how did you get into that position, you fuckhead?
Yeah, I'm not going to dwell too long on it, but I recently finished a book called Significant Zero, which is about video game design. And it was mainly about this game called Spec Ops: The Line. And one of the writers came up with this crazy fucking story for the game, and the lead writer was so like taken aback by it. Like, he thought that this was either like so like the worst thing he'd ever read, or it was actually so good that like his brain just like couldn't comprehend how good it was, until he showed it to like a coworker, and then she was like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, good, I'm not crazy, it's shit. Like,
so like he was so blown away basically by it that he didn't understand whether it was just straight trash or like a brilliant idea, which, to be honest with you, a lot of that is perspective. Yeah. Because you never know. Like, there's some shit that blew my mind that I never thought in a million years would be an incredible idea, and it became like the most successful shit in the world. And then vice versa, there's some shit that's like, yo, this is straight trash. I don't care that it's like original, is trash. So yeah, timing is everything. The audience, you know, what the demographic that's looking at it, what is going on in society. Like, yeah, something could be a terrible idea, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be unsuccessful.
Right. That's true. I mean, just look at Justin Bieber. Terrible idea. Successful.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I mean, yeah, I'll leave Justin. I mean, he's such an easy, like, target.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh shit. Alright, let's move into our first serious topic. And that is anime that need a proper adaptation, aka they could use a reboot, they could use a new anime. they could use, you know, a refresh, a restart, so to speak. Now, this was a topic I thought would be really interesting because there's plenty of series that I've seen throughout the years that I'm like, oh my god, you know, whether like the source material is so good and they botched the anime, and to this day I'm still like, yo, how long? Because like there's certain anime that give me hope for certain series to get reboots. Like when Parasite came out, was it Parasite? Or maybe I'm misremembering right now. Not Parasite, shit. Well, anyway, there are some anime that come out and they're reboots. Oh, Hunter x Hunter, perfect example. Not that it necessarily needed it, but there was so much time, and you know, it got a 148 episode reboot of something that already had, I think, almost 100 episodes back in the day. So stuff like that, that gives me hope that like, okay, some shit that I like, you know, whether it takes 10 years or 15 years, eventually it could happen. Like, how long was the break? It was only like maybe 5-6 years between FMA and FMA Brotherhood.
Yeah, so the original FMA came out in 2003, or at least it ended in 2003, and yeah, Brotherhood, I want to say, was like 2008.
Yeah, I remember we got the Blu-ray over here in 2010 for Brotherhood. So,
okay.
So it's probably maybe like a 08, 09 broadcast over there, something like, because at the time we still were pretty like delayed with getting shit. Like, it's not like now.
Okay, just double check. 2009.
2009. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, you're right. It was 6 years.
6 years, which that's very fast and that's very uncommon. Like you know, Hunter x Hunter, there was the original anime aired in like the early 2000s, I want to say, and then we got the 2011, which it was about like 10 years. So you know, there's always a possibility. But one of the first anime that I think both of us immediately agreed, and I think everybody that's watching this video right now is screaming out as #1 reboot, is Berserk.
Not Sailor Moon.
Get the fuck out of here. They already did that shit though. They did.
They did.
Yeah,
You're right.
the Sailor Moon Crystal.
No, yeah, I don't think anyone really cared about it. The original was better, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's cool, updated, and I think the only plus to the new one is that it's like more faithful to the manga, and shit like that or whatever. But like, yeah,
I guess. But like, I tried watching Crystal and I was like, and then I saw some episodes of the original. I'm like, the original's way fucking better. It had more personality. Like, Crystal tried too hard to make Usagi like too like feminine and whatever. But like the original, she was like a fucking doofus, and that,
yeah.
You know, they totally cut that out. Anyways, Berserk.
Yeah.
Fucking
how we get to Sailor Moon for Berserk?
I don't know. How we get to Pikachu with tits?
We need to reboot a Pokemon with Pikachu with tits as a tiger. Huge breasts.
Double D's.
Oh shit. Yo, Berserk. Now, see, with Berserk, it's crazy because like the old anime, I will defend it to the ends of time. I don't care that the animation wasn't the greatest. It was still like, it captured a mood. It did faithful enough where it was like, what was the only things that they like? It didn't have the Skull Knight in the eclipse. You know.
Yeah. They cut out a few things. There was a subplot with the Queen and you know, some other that other dude that Guts killed. So yeah, there were a few things that cut out, but for the most part, it was like 90% like the golden arc.
Yeah, and then we got no, actually we got the films before we got that piece of shit. We got the 3 films, which the CGI, like the biggest problem, hands down, that everybody is going to agree with Berserk since its return with the films and the anime is the CGI. Period. That is it. That is the glaring issue. Them using CGI in the movies, it was bad. By movie 3, I think they kind of had it down packed. But you got to remember, if they have a budget and it looks bad, like, you know, they have a big budget for a film, what the fuck is it gonna look like for a TV anime? You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, and I heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that originally it was supposed to be one movie. They only had They only had budget for one movie, but the team was like, no, we can't do that. That wouldn't be doing the material justice. So they made 3 movies.
Which is why they had to do the CG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still like, even so, the TV anime, like, and as a Berserk fanboy, because like Berserk in my eyes, manga wise, Berserk is the greatest story of all time. Like, that's just, it is what it is. That's how I feel. Like, it's, the art is some of the best art I've ever seen. The story is some of the most deep and complex. The battles are incredible. The motives of the villains, like everything about Berserk is just like
greatness.
Absolute greatness. So like with the new anime, I've been guilty of even defending that. Gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I have videos up there, there's proof as day that I have gone on record and defended it out of saying, you know what, if there's any story ever told in this freaking world that could survive god-awful visuals, it would be Berserk. But a big but that doesn't excuse the fact that, fam, why
it looks like shit.
Yo, why can Hellsing, even Hellsing gets like godlike looking OVAs? Why the fuck does Berserk have to get this shithole train wreck? And like, I try to reason it and think of like maybe some scenarios. Maybe they're waiting and they were like, alright, fuck it, you know, when the manga is actually over, we'll adapt it from the very beginning with like the best anime studio possible. For now, let's just like get the sales back up for the manga for the time being, because who knows when he's gonna end it. Some people say that like, you know, it is gonna end soon. He's been hinting at it and showing, but like, who the fuck knows when it's gonna end? So maybe that's why we got that train wreck. You know, there's other theories, of course. People say that the content is too dark, so like people don't really want to invest that much money. It's not as successful in Japan as it is in the West. You know, there's not that love for Berserk. It's too dark, so like to get the type of budget it would need, it would have to be like toned down and shit like that. And like, you know, Berserk has like, there's no denying, Berserk has gore, it has rape, it has blood, it has you know, demonic sacrifices and shit. So it definitely ain't gonna be on no primetime slot on TV. So it would have to be late night anime. So you take into that account, then you take into these larger than life battles with some of these creatures. So it's understandable that unless you go like a Hellsing Ultimate OVA scenario, or you go
or Legend of the Galactic Heroes,
or that,
because that's an OVA that's like fucking over 100 episodes long.
You talking about the old one, or because I know they did a new one?
The old one. I don't know anything about the new one.
Yeah, like, you know, there's a couple of scenarios, but even then, I don't know if Berserk's manga sales and popularity in Japan would justify it. So I don't know if we'll ever get I think, here's something. I think the closest we will ever get to a Fateful Berserk adaptation is a live-action Netflix adaptation.
I don't know if you saw the Full Metal one.
No.
It looked like shit.
What I mean is that that's the closest, because we're not gonna get some shit like, and don't get me wrong, Netflix, yeah, they like the Full Metal one, from what you say, the Death Note one was god awful. But if we get somebody like a serious, because again, well, look at The Witcher. If they could do The Witcher justice, why not Berserk?
That's true. And I just remembered, I don't know if you've seen the Castlevania anime.
No, I did want to check that one out though.
I would recommend it. It's really good. But the guy in charge of that is a fan of Berserk, and he's like, I want to do Berserk justice. I don't know if he'll actually be able to do it, but you know, he says like, I want to get the license, I want to do it, I want to do it right. I think he even threw the new series under the bus. He was like, that was trash. I want to do it right.
Oh,
so
man.
There's someone out there who you know, is in the right position and has the passion and has the right people. Because let me tell you, Castlevania, if Berserk looks like that Castlevania show, I would be over the moon, because that show looks fantastic.
How many episodes do you think, like, let's just say, okay, wipe the slate clean of Berserk. The Golden Age alone is going to take like 25 to 30 episodes. Then everything else which because like the new anime, from what I was told too, like it skips shit tons of stuff as well. So like it would be.
Well, I would imagine they would start with the Black Swordsman arc. If they're gonna like do it right and they're gonna like do it Brotherhood style, we'd probably get like season 1 would probably be, Black Swordsman. That's probably gonna be like 6 episodes.
Yeah,
depending, because Black Swordsman not that long.
What is that like it was like a
like
volume.
3 volumes.
3 volumes?
It was like, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. And you add that in, like, because keeping it real, especially depending on how, let's just say Berserk has 5 more volumes left. 5 volumes left, and you add it with the 38, I think there's like 38 volumes, not 38, 39 volumes. Let's just say, as a matter of fact, it's going to be a flat 45 volumes, let's just say, hypothetically speaking. Do you think, like, how many episodes to do that justice, those 45 hypothetical volumes? Like, 100?
I'm not totally sure. It would have to be triple digits.
Triple
and
digits.
That
yeah.
is one thing. I will say about Castlevania though, is that there's not a ton of episodes and they take their fucking time. Like season 1 was only like 6 episodes. I think season 2 was 12, and season 3 is also 12. So like that would be like the one big thing is like it will be good, but they're gonna take their fucking time with it. Which might be for the best, because it's not like Miura is like going at breakneck speed either, right? Like he's fucking,
Oh shit! Yeah, he's going breakneck speed on what is it? Idol Masters, the shit that he's addicted to.
He's breaking his dick with fucking Idol Master.
Oh shit! Like, yo, I would love. I don't know, for some reason, and I not to go back to that, but I feel like a proper live action adaptation of Berserk would take the franchise to a whole new level. Like imagine a Netflix, like with high regard, high praise of like getting 12 episodes a year or even 15 episodes a year every fucking year of Berserk, of this live action with a great actor, great, everything is great about it. I think that's like a wet dream. Like honestly, I could see people preferring that even over an anime adaptation, considering they botched every anime adaptation. And like, I think it's easier to do CGI monsters in a live action than it is to do these god awful looking CGI shits that they did in the anime.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but like I don't know, in my heart I still would want it to be an anime, just because I that's just what I would prefer. But at the same time, if it's like a great fucking adaptation, like I don't care if it's live action, I would be down for it.
Like greater than The Witcher.
Fuck.
Oh man, we're spending a lot of time on Berserk because we got
yeah,
because
we care.
Yeah,
this fucking Berserk is so good.
Good, yeah. I guess quickly, Tokyo Ghoul. Oh my god. Now, did you ever watch any of Tokyo Ghoul?
I saw season 1 and I thought it was good.
Yeah. So season 1, I will defend to the end, and I know manga readers will still try and shit on it, but season 1, I love season 1. I would have never got into it if it wasn't for season 1. Season 1 is one of my favorites.
I really like the ending. The ending to season 1 was strong.
Very
strong ending.
It left you wanting more.
Yeah, but then I heard season 2 was kind of iffy.
Oh, season 2, shit the bed, man. It was fucking...
It's funny, who's like my sister recently texted me. She was like, I've been watching Tokyo Ghoul, and she was like, the ending of season 1 was so good, and then I watched season 2 and it sucked.
Yeah,
my sister knows what's up.
Yeah, no, she's on the ball game. Like with Tokyo Ghoul, I've noticed this. The first, because there's 4 seasons. There's 2 seasons for like before the time skip, and then there's 2 seasons post time skip, which are and they all have I'm lying. The second 2 have like, they're both under the Re umbrella, but basically there's Tokyo Ghoul, which was a good one. There's Tokyo Ghoul Route A, where they took the mangaka gave them like, yo, here's all my drafts, here's everything, and they said, oh, yo, no doubt, mad appreciate it, and went straight to the shredder and shredded the shit that he gave them and went with their own thing. That's literally what happened.
Damn.
Yeah, and so we got like, it stopped focusing in on Kaneki, the main character of season 1, and focused in on one of the inspectors. Like, it was just really fucking bizarre. Like, there was some moments in it, and the OST is godlike, and you know there was some moments, so I give it that. But as a whole, season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul was trash. Then you go to season 3 or the second series, whatever. It's a time skip called Tokyo Ghoul Re, and I enjoyed, and there was some highlights to the first 12 of that as well. It's like they could do a decent job in the beginning, but then the second half they crammed like, I don't even know, 100 or so chapters or more into 12 fucking episodes, probably more than that, into 12 episodes, and it was just terrible, fucking terrible wrap up Tokyo Ghoul. So I would love a reboot with the same opening from season of the original, just playing all the way through, because that's one of the best openings ever. Unravel, the Oshi Eteyo, Shi Eteyo. Like, I love that fucking song. And do it more faithful. For that one, to be honest with you, considering there's 143 or 42 chapters of the original Tokyo Ghoul, and there's like 170 something, I think, of the second Tokyo Ghoul. What is that? That's like over 300 chapters, right? Yeah, like 310 or so. Am I bugging?
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think they could do that, and like again, it'll be triple digits as well. But it would be like godlike. Like, look, Parasite got so many years later they did an anime. I mean, obviously it's not a reboot because it was never an original Parasite thing. But you know, give it another.
Yeah, but like, there's always a chance. Like you can never say that, you know, the door is closed. Like fucking Orphan. For whatever reason, Sorcerer's Stabber Orphan, this random like 90s anime, got a readaptation, or I don't even know.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that, and I always wanted to check out, because like I used to always browse through used DVD stores, like buybacks, and I always used to see like every buybacks would have a couple of copies of like some of the single discs of Orphan, and I always wanted to check it out. I was like, the art looks cool.
It's good. It's a good show. I like it a lot. Season 2 sucks, but season 1 is good.
And then they have the reboot that they just, I think it's on Amazon Prime as well. They have a reboot to it, but I haven't checked it out or anything like that.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think we have enough time to go through this whole list, so I wanted to talk about like at least like one in particular that I really want to get a reboot or like a readaptation, and that's the original Gundam. And
0079.
Yes. So this isn't for my sake per se, because I love the original as it is, but I feel that the original is hard to go back to for a lot of people, because it's, you know, it was made back in the 70s. You know, it feels its age. It really does. Even though it was like revolutionary and it was so ahead of its time, it was still a product of its time. And as a result, I really feel that if they remade it with like the same production values that we see with like Gundam Thunderbolt and, you know, Gundam Unicorn, like that same style and those same level of you know, fucking budget, like, oh my god, it would be amazing.
Do you think Tomino would allow it?
Who gives a fuck what Tomino thinks? Like,
yo, in case anybody don't know, the creator of Gundam, like Gundam, whatever, it's great, all that stuff, but the creator is an asshat. Like, I'll never forget when Attack on Titan was blowing up and it was having its moment. Tomino comes out and he starts shitting on Attack on Titan, talking, I forget what he said. It's been so many years now, like 6 or 7 years, whatever, but like, he just randomly comes out and shits on this upstart creator that's, you know, having success and shit like that, and I was like, this old fucking hater. So yeah, just had to throw that in there. Tomino.
Oh yeah, Tomino's kind of an asshole. You know, whatever.
But no, yeah, I would definitely introduce a lot more people into Gundam.
It really would, because like, because a lot of Gundam ties back to that original. There's, you know, War in the Pocket, 8th MS Team, I mentioned before, Gundam Thunderbolt, Gundam Unicorn, like all of these are connected to the original. they're all part of the same timeline.
Yeah.
But the original, as much as I personally love it, I don't have a problem going back to it. But that's the fact of the matter is, a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that because it is old. And I feel like if they can remake it and again with the production values and trimming some of the fat, because there was some filler episodes. There are some episodes that we didn't really need. They could just like cut that shit out, modernize it a bit, fucking like it would be amazing. I would be over the moon for that, and I think a lot of people would be able to get into Gundam, and I think a lot of people would finally be able to see like, oh, this is what makes Gundam so good, like, because it's a classic for a reason. It was super influential for a reason, and I think once you see it and then you start seeing like, oh my god, this show borrowed from Gundam, this moment is from this, and da da da, you start making all these connections, kind of like with Evangelion, right? Like when you watch that and you start going like, oh my god, everything came from this. Like I think people would really just get a kick out of that.
Shinji created busting a nut. No.
Sure. Well, I mean, he is fucked up.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think honestly, I don't see why they haven't done it yet. It's been like what, 50 years? No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
Yeah, 50 years, 70. Well, no, okay, 40 years.
Well, no, it's 79.
Yeah.
When it came out, so yeah, like closer to 40.
Yeah.
It's still 40 fucking
years. And I mean, come on, Sunrise. Like, Gintama's over. Get to a 0079. Like, oh god. Anyway, at the very least, the hardcore Gundam fandom will support the living fuck out of it.
Yes, absolutely. I think they would just cream their pants because they'll be like, oh my god, yes, yes.
Yeah. And because I don't think we'll revisit this topic, and if we do, we'll go more in depth with other. But I do want to read out the list that we created, and I want to talk about one of them in particular as well. But we got on here Vampire Hunter D, Fist of the North Star. Yeah, that would definitely. I would love a Fist of the North Star remake. Saint Seiya. They tried that, but they did like a CGI mess from what I hear, and it's not great. Claymore, I would love a faithful adaptation of the entirety of it. I love the original anime, and Claymore, if you like Demon Slayer, check out Claymore. OG Dragon Ball would be dope.
Yes.
Welcome to the NHK, that would be awesome. That would be a real dark one because the manga is a lot darker than the anime.
It is. It is.
Deadman Wanderando, Deadman Wonderland. I don't think that'll ever happen because the initial one failed, but Manglobe went under and the license gotta be up for grabs, so you never know.
Maybe. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that anime, but I always hear like all the manga like destroys it, and it was like way better. So I'm gonna blame it on like the anime just not doing a good job.
Yeah, the manga, I read the entirety of the manga and I loved it. It was, I mean, the ending was a little, but for the most part, I absolutely loved it and adored it. These I'll give a quick reasoning for both of them. Boruto, take all the anime original shit out and just focus, like when it's all said and done, give us like Boruto Kai or some shit. And Black Clover, Studio Period, the problem with them is that like there's episodes that the animation is just absolutely appalling. But otherwise I love both of them as well. So it's like, down the road maybe we'll get like a Kai for each of them, something like that. But the one I really wanted to talk about is Flowers of Evil. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna lie. The manga back in the day, it ratified me, bro. Like legit, I'll never forget. There was a blackout. I remember that day very clearly. It was a Saturday. I was waiting for Attack on Titan's episode to drop to do my review, to watch it and do my review. It was actually, damn, I remember what episode it was. It was with the female Titan. And I remember there was a blackout and I couldn't do my review. I was so fucking pissed off. But I had this stack of Flowers of Evil volume. And I just kept reading one after another, after another, after another, and I fucking couldn't put it down. It's so good. The manga is incredible. Up until the time skip. After the time skip, it just like feels like depressing and like but prior to it, because basically, to give you a brief synopsis, this kid, he liked this girl. One day he does something stupid and steals her school uniform to take it home. This girl caught him and blackmails him and makes him do all sorts of fucked up shit because of it. The anime that they came up with, they used the technique, I can't remember what the term of it is called.
Rotoscoping.
There you go, bam. And it fucking is garbage. I mean, I own it, and I only bought it because I love the Flowers of Evil. That's the only reason, because the anime is absolute garbage. Back in the day, I used to be a real bad anime junkie of buying everything I could get my hands on, and I love Flowers of Evil, so I bought it. But it is absolutely fucking trash, especially when you have like the manga up until the time skip was a 11 out of 10, like really high quality writing, amazing, very dark and fucked up, but a masterpiece damn near. The anime is like a 0 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Hey, they got some living, breathing people to record the dialogue for the voices. Like, that's the best I could give you. But other than that, it looks so shit with the rotoscope. Like, it is fucking trash. And I would love one day for them to give a faithful adaptation of The Flowers of Evil. I know the creator has done 3 other works. I want to say 2 or 3 other works since then. But The Flowers of Evil, that was his masterpiece. And I fucking loved it. And I hope one day we get that Flowers of Evil anime because... Aku no Hana. Oh, I love it so much. What was it? Nakamura. Oh, yeah. Any other anime in your mind, or anything else to say about any of the list that we have of anime that need a proper adaptation of reboot?
No, I'm good. No, yeah. Fucking please, Berserk. Just please,
Yes.
Berserk.
Oh my god, if all of these anime can get these great, like, yo, keeping it a buck, if hentai can get better animation, like, come the fuck on, bro. Like, hentai, what the fuck, man? Oh, one day.
It's a disgrace.
One day, Berserk will surpass that of hentai. That'll be a nice day. But guys, we've reached that point. We actually had a bunch of other topics we were going to talk about, and we didn't do our weekly game show. I guess we'll take this week off of it, and we'll use that next week, because we got like half this show we can still use for the next week's episode, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
So this will be the first week we won't do the game show. We'll save that for next week. But let us know what you guys thought about this week's topics. What do you think about the Tiger Pikachu and breasts?
Fluffy boobies.
What do you guys think, or which anime, if you could get one anime a reboot or a proper adaptation, which one would it be? Would it be any of the ones that we said on the list? Anything else? I don't remember what we talked about aside from those topics. Damn, I think that's all we really covered.
We talked about Deadly Premonition 2. We talked about
yes.
Magnetic Rose.
Yes.
You know, like, especially Magnetic Rose, people, if you have seen it before, let us know what you thought about it, because that's like one of the most underrated anime I've ever seen. Almost never hear anyone talk about it. So if you've seen it, talk about it, and if not, check it out. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
40 minutes of your time. You've got 40 minutes.
I never thought I would actually open that up, because again, it was like back in my anime junkie days, I bought like a shit ton of these, and I was like, it was at a dollar store, and I was like, why the fuck are they selling these at a dollar store? But it's probably because of the age, because these are like older. In like, when was this released? Memories?
It's like in the 90s.
Yeah, so that's probably why, because I know Millennium Actress, and that is kind of older as well, so that's probably why. But yeah, I think I'm gonna dig through my collection and check that one out as well. And yeah, I think that's everything for this episode. Any final thoughts, Shintai, before we wrap it up?
FK in the coffee.
And with that, this is all we have for the That World Podcast episode 7. As always, people, have an awesome day. And yeah, never think about Pikachu with breasts. No.
No.
Have an awesome one. Peace out, people.
Bye.